I've been going through this to see what fans it has to offer, and I have selected that one. Straight blade, most CFM possible in a pusher at that size. It's just going to be a bit loud, I think, because of the oil cooler. So as it goes past the oil cooler, it's going to make it sound interesting. Well, I'm slowly getting there with the NSU. Well, it runs and moves, but I want to sort out the fannage. Now, if you remember what it used to have, it had two of these on the front, but nothing through the oil cooler, which I didn't like. So I've been playing with this little one. You know, I had it in here, down like that. And that actually worked okay. I just got to shroud it to the actual radiator. So I figured, well, that's the way I'll do it. I got myself another fan, because I measured it all up, and this one should fit central. You can see there's a bit of a size difference. It should fit central here, cover, you know, a nice portion of this, and then shroud the rest of it to the radiator, and yeah, that should be enough to keep it cool. Well, I've had it fiddle around and all that other stuff. That's more or less how I'd like it, and as you see, I've made a little extension for it, part of another old fan shroud that I've stitched with zip ties around the edge, and that seals nicely over the cooler. I'll just cut some fuel hose to run around the edge to make a nice, you know, soft seal. That'll work better than what was before. And if it's still not enough, we can put an 8-inch fan there. So, well, we'll see what happens. Well, with a lot of messing around and playing with things and all that other shit, I managed to get it in. Knew I'd get it in, the measuring tape told me I would. But there we go, that should work quite nicely. So I just got to secure it. I'll have one radiator tie there across, one up there. And it's pretty much wedged in as it is anyway. Like, well, it moves a little bit, but not far. And look, got fannage on the oil cooler now. Not much, but better than nothing. So yeah, that should be better than the two crappy fans that were there. Well, there we go, that's in and wired up and half secured for now. I've secured it at the top here. I still need to do the bottom a bit more. But made up a new loom for it with a 20 amp feed, because the old loom had two 15 amp feeds, one for each fan. But now this is running 20 amp wire, and then this one goes to the temperature switch. I've inserted the probe for this just in the radiator there, not in the hose. Works quite nicely like that, and I want it to be I want it to come on and run more than it needs to keep the oil cool. And I'll just put the loom over there to the relay, and there's an earth there. And while I was at it, I put conduit over the headlight wiring. So, yeah, that should work nicely. Now this thing's not 100% sealed, but there's a little gap there, and the bottom I can put my finger in there. The shroud I cut wasn't quite thick enough, and it sits on a bit of an angle because I've shimmed the cooler away from the radiator so a bit of air can get in between, and so it doesn't eat through it like it did last time. Bolted it in properly. But yeah, a little bit of air can escape there and down that bottom corner too. And that can be redone later on if need be. But at least the theory's there, and it's easy now just to remake the inner piece if needed. Yeah, that's what it looks like behind the grill. Well, I've turned the ignition on, so let's see what happens. So yeah, that's a good bit of Fannage.